Okay, back home, 10 hours of driving. So what do you do after 10 hours of driving? What do you do? We're going to continue that theme. We're going to do counteractive movements again, the most of which is going to encompass not sitting and your head, shoulders, neck, all of that. Because when you're driving and you're worried about getting hit by all those trucks, you tend to scrunch up. So let's counteract that. We're going to start with one of the moves that you probably, anybody with shoulder issues, or you've been driving, what you should start with is, and we do variations of it, the W, the T, the Y, okay? That kind of a movement pattern, you just come into the Y, sorry, the W. My palms are up, okay? As I'm doing this, I'm going to do some back motions. Now you can use your chair. So you're going to do your W and you're going to go like that. So instead of coming up, this is the position that you're in when you're driving or riding or whatever. You're in a flexed position here. So we're going to counteract that while we open up the upper. So we're going to go like this. See that? So I'm shifting. I am doing a split second single leg stance, getting all those muscles, all those joints, especially your back, especially your neck, straightened out. See my hands? I'm in a W. I'm going to stay in a W. Then I'm going to go to a T. And so what am I doing with my legs? I'm targeting a chair. It could be a bed. It could be a couch. Don't hook onto it, just tap it. And as you do that, then go into the T, turn your palms down, turn your palms up, then go into just a Y. And don't go way up. Just go into a Y like that. Okay? So here's my Y. You see, I'm not going fast. I'm dropping my shoulders. I'm tapping. I'm going to go into a T. I'm going to rotate my hands back and forth. Then I'm going to go into the W. Tapping, W. Okay? So just doing this little targeted, and it could be a lower level. Okay? Just this. And for a lot of people who do hiking, walking, dancing, gardening, sitting, computering, you're in this position. So let's counter it. And we're going to do it a little different way than we've done when I came back from my trip before. I can't remember when it was. Here's the W. When I do these, you can pick a low target, as I said. See the low target? Or you can pick just your chair. Whatever you do, do not hook your heel on your chair or whatever you're putting your foot on. When you go to press right there, that's a perfect time to do the rib cage up. And see the W's here. Then I'm going to go to the T, switch. I'm going to find that. I'm going to find that chair. Just kind of push, T, back and forth. Keep your rib cage up. Keep your rib cage up. Keep your rib cage up. Big breath through the nose. Rib cage up. Then I'm going to go into the Y. See that? And when I go to the Y, I don't go way up over my head. That wouldn't be a Y. That would be an I. I'm going into a Y like this. And then shift, tap, shift, tap. Try not to leave the shifting and just pull your foot back there, because then you counteract. You open up the hip. You open up that whole front area. You help your back start to contract. Then I go down Then I'm going to take my hands like this with my thumbs down, and I'm going to continue this kind of a little press with my foot. My hands are here. You can bend your fingers if you want to, but put your thumbs down. Once you have it there, you come in, okay? And you come in as far as you can. And then you open, okay? And as you're doing this, step forward, step back. So that leg swing. Here we go. So see, I can open and close. I'm going to step forward, say rib cage up, and come back. And you're going to try to get your elbows in as close together as you possibly can. So we're going to see how close they get. Now I've switched. See my other leg? It's swinging forward. Bring those elbows in. Keep your thumbs down. Boom. Take a big breath. Rotate. Okay, don't open those up until you've tried to squeeze your elbows together. See, some of you just kind of go forward and you don't really try to get those elbows to tap. I want you to get them all the way in there. Your thumbs are down. You keep this right at your ear level and you swing that leg back and forth, but really, 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 really try to get those elbows in. And then open and keep swinging. Every time you swing this step, you clean out and get the synovial fluid flowing through the hips, through the knee, any kind of movable joints. We're doing it right now. Then I'm going to go to the other leg and do that a couple times. And some of you might be saying, well, how many of these do I do, Jeannie? And I'll say, well, how many can you do? I know, you're rolling your eyes. Here, stay with me. Don't drop them yet. Keep the thumbs down. Keep your tummy in. Keep your rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. Yeah, drop your shoulders. Now hold it, hold it, hold it. Come on, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, let's just do 5 more. Just do 5 more with me. Yeah, you should be getting tired by now. Okay? Now that's 4. Just do them with me. Just do them with me. Now that's 3. Bring it all the way back. Other leg, swing. Bring it in. We just got 2 more. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Right there, right there, right there. Open it all the way back. Now bring those hands down and swing. Pendulum, 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 back and forth from your shoulder. Yeah. So it takes a little recovery from sitting for a solid, 8 to 10 hours with, 1 gas break and potty break. And I didn't have my dogs, so I didn't have to stop as much. But you just feel a little punch drunk the next day. That's just the way it is. And what do we tend to do? We tend to just want to do nothing, which, okay, do that once in a while. However, that's not going to help you recover. So what I just showed you right now, just getting warmed up to actually do a little bit of loading, is going to help so much to recover. So before I pick up the weights, I got my gloves on. And one of the things I might do is I might put on my weight vest and just go for a walk, even around the yard. Not a heavy hitting walk. Just put some weight on you, okay? So I'm going to do that right now. So those of you who do have a weight vest, well, that would be good. I'm going to show you how do you get it on. If you don't have a weight vest, just pick whatever weight that you're wanting to use, okay? So here's my weight vest. It goes over the head. So I'm gonna bring it right here. I'm gonna bring it right down here. Okay. And seriously, I will probably, when we're done with class, put this thing on and just walk around checking stuff, you know, around your yard, around your house, etc. Because when you're sitting for 8 to 10 hours on a plane ride or whatever, you need to get some weight on you. Weight on you that you can take off. So if you don't have a weight vest, what would I do? I would probably turn it up to, let's say, a medium weight. I'm picking up 12 because I'm pretending I'm you guys and you don't have a weight vest. So pick up a medium weight. Don't pick up something super light. And what I want you to do is just let them hang from your hands. See how I'm just ambulating around here? And I've got some weight. And if you can, put them up here, because that goes right down your whole frame. So see, I'm just gonna put my weights on my shoulders. And if I walked around my whatever room you're in, if you have a porch, you would walk around with some weight on you, okay? And then, see, I don't want to sit down yet because I'm trying to open the hips. So you see what I just did? Do you see the step? And do you see I pushed my hip forward? So I have about a 20-pound weight vest right now. And I put a 12-pound and a 12-pound hand weight on my shoulders here. I'm just hanging on to them. And I'm just stepping forward and I'm pushing my hip bones forward. See how I'm rotating my foot from my heel to my toe? Then I step back. See, I'm not doing it fast. You don't have to do this fast. You don't feel like doing much fast whenever that you traveled for a whole entire day. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders. See how I'm opening the hip? See, I'll turn to the side so you'll see what I'm doing. So I'm just standing here. I step forward and I push my hip forward because I'm trying to counteract the constant sitting flexion. I'm opening up to extend and open up through that front of that hip. So you push your hip bones forward and you keep your weight centered on your shoulders. Take a big breath, step, tight tummy, rib cage up, drop your shoulders, push, push, push. So I just applied quite a bit of weight to my frame to try to counteract the constant sitting that we do when we're traveling. Okay, now I'm gonna bring this down. I have a weight vest on. Some of you don't. Then you would pick up a medium weight in your hands here. See that? Now I'm gonna push my butt back and then I'm gonna come back. So I'm not gonna do a traditional squat because what position have I been in yesterday for 10 hours basically? This position. So we're gonna go right here, drop my shoulders. I'm gonna go here into the heels. And then, see, I'm not going all the way down. Then when I come back, I'm taking these two medium weights back, and I'm pushing my hips forward. So I want to push the hips forward with my knees soft as I have this weight coming down my frame. Then I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to step wide. I'm going to come right into the hip hinge. Then I'm going to push my hips forward and pull like I'm putting my little fingers together. So it's a gentle hyperextension. that is weighted. Okay, so this session, at the day after I went through traveling 8 to 10 hours, you know, if you count getting out and around, but you're sitting for, you know, you're going to sit for 4 to 5 hours before you even stop. So see this? See this? Heels. I've got a 12-pound and a 12-pound in my hands, and I have a weight vest on. So right now, squeeze your butt and push your hips forward. Yeah. Then come back. Then go back. And you don't do this fast, but you do a continual motion, which is very hard to do when you're sitting driving. You can do it better when you're a passenger, but when you're driving, you can't do a lot of, you know, motion. Okay? Now, we're going to turn our toes in like that, all the way in. Some of you will feel really good doing this. Some of you will feel a little weird doing this. Has to do with your hip placement, has to do with a lot of things. Main thing is, don't go into any kind of foot placement, hip placement that hurts, like really hurts. So then I'm going to go out. So I'm going to get the position. And when you're doing these weirdo positions, be very conscious, because if you snag your foot or if you kind of get off balance, you got to change position of your feet really quick. Okay, see that? So I'm going to come down just like that, and then I'm going to come back into that hyperextension. It's a gentle hyperextension. I can't stress that enough. Drop my shoulders. My toes are pointing in. I'm going to push my butt back. I'm going to come down, yeah, with my knees right there, and then I'm going to open them back and push my hips forward. So if you've done extended sitting, think of a couple of these and just go through the little list. See this? So when I come forward in this kind of a position, like this, see, when I come forward and I bend, I do a little hip hinge with my toes in. See, I'm doing a hip hinge. Okay, my back is extended. So that is putting great load all through my spine, but it's gentle, but it's a load. So when you're doing this, you don't have to go into a full squat. As a matter of fact, after sitting for, you know, that long, you probably don't want to do a full squat because you're trying to counteract that. And this is the move right here. See this move? Drop your shoulders. See, my hips are forward and I'm weighted. And if you don't want them in your hands, you want to put them up on your shoulders because you like that better, do it. Okay? So I'm going to put these down because I have quite a bit of weight right here. Okay? Now, I'm going to go further into the opening of this right here. All of that. However, what you need to do is have a rod. Let me get my little rod. I left my axe handle down in Tennessee. Yeah, I figured they might use it. Okay, so I have my weight here. Yeah. So I don't want to hook my foot on the chair. It's too easy for you to catch it. So I already went through this warming up. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? Where I went like this, low. See, here's the low little stool. It could be a low couch, or it could be your chair. So I know everybody has chairs. So you got to get your pole so you don't misstep, because now I have my weight on me. All right, now for you, just do your pole. Don't worry about it. If you want to have a weight in one hand, that's fine. But we're going to come right into here, just like that, and then we're going to go out. See, it's a down with the knee and then it's a rotation. So pointing down with my toe tapping the chair, and then it's a rotation. And when you do the rotation, you say rib cage up, rib cage up. Take a big breath, rib cage up, rib cage up, rib cage up, and then come back. Then we're gonna switch. Okie dokie. So find your target. My suggestion is not to go high first. My suggestion is to just find a little bit of a low level. And if you can't find something to target, push your foot on a wall, or just put it up. Just put it back here, as if you were trying to touch something, see? So whether or not you touch something, but do it low. Don't go super high, not to begin with. So here it is, down there. So this move right here. So rib cage up, big breath, big breath. So I'm doing what's tantamount to backward walking. So if you can't remember this one, it's like backward walking, but it's slowed down. Now I'm going to do it up here. So that means I have to go up a little more. So I got to find where it's at. There it is. And then say rib cage up. And then come back in. So the weight vest helps to do this one with weight on you. Super a lot. However, it's okay if you have weights in your hand and you just want to target higher. See? Just target higher. So what did I tell you? It's like backward walking. So if you can't tap on anything, hold your weights to give yourself some weight in your hands, and just take a hesitation and a great big step in a backward kind of a locomotion. See that? See this? Yeah. Now, if I really wanted to tax you on this one, I would put weights on your ankles. Yeah. If you did weights on your ankles and you did 30 of these, that's 3 sets of 10, where you're going to go like this. See? I'm telling you, if you want your hips to work better, if you want to be a stronger in walking, stronger in biking, stronger in dancing, put those little leg weights on your little legs and do this exaggerated backward walking kind of a step. Okay, so I'm going to now take this off, and I am going to put it on later. So there you can see how heavy it is. Whew, there. Okay. Now I'm going to come into this kind of a mode right here, and I'm going to counteract a lot of upper body issues. See this? Boom. See that? So I'm, again, hip hinge. And why do I want a hip hinge? Since that's kind of what positioning I was in all day yesterday, because I'm leaning in. That's different than sitting. And then I'm pushing back with a weight, a pretty medium weight, because I'm trying to counter a lot of that forward motion that you're constantly in when you're sitting. Pull back. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. Pull back. And then I'm going to put them down. Just like that. And I'm going to open into that W, into that T, turn, drop your shoulders, then into the Y. See that? So here's a little test now. We'll do one at the end of this. So after we put that load on and we did those moves, bring your hands like I showed you before, thumbs down. Put your knuckles right here at the side of your head. Okay, now really say rib cage up. Soften up your knees. Bring those elbows in and really try to get them touching. So I can tell you it was very difficult for me to even get close to my elbows together. And now, just in not even half the class, fingers in the same position, I can basically almost touch. So that tells you how tight you are in your shoulders. This little move. So just say thumbs down, and then see, you say thumbs down, and you just put your knuckles right there. You get your fingers out of the way, drop your shoulders, loosen up your knees, bring those elbows in, and yeah, you should do it not fast. See, I would say do 10 slowly, because you don't want to really hold it. You just want to come in and hesitate for just a second or two, and then you rotate back. So keep those knuckles right at your temple. Take a big breath. Take a big breath and bring it back. Okay? So we do variations of this a lot, and some of the stuff that we do with shoulders. This is a really good one. Okay, so now I'm going to put my hands out, and now I am going to put my, don't trip over your weights. Now I am going to put my leg up right here, right there. See this? And I want to open this. So do you see what I'm doing? So I'm pushing my hips forward, okay? So notice whenever that you put your foot up into your chair, notice if when I put your foot up here and I push your hips forward, many of you will turn out. We don't want to turn out right now. I'm trying to get you to open right here. So you want to keep your toes pretty straight on and then push forward, not hard, just a little. Soft knee, okay? Then you take your hands out and you do the, and what we're going to shoot for truly is 30. Okay, take a big breath. I'll try to count. I know Kathy is. Okay, this is coming from your shoulder. Keep pushing your hip forward. Pushing your hip, the front of your hip forward. Okay, I think we're into the second 10. Okay, we'll say it was 12. We'll say 13. We'll say 14. You see that I'm not going huge? I'm going straight out for my shoulder. If that's hard, then I'll go down here. But keep pushing your hip forward. Take a big breath. Big breath. Hips going forward. Big breath. Keep those shoulders down. Okay. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll come out of that.
That was 36, just so you know.
I knew she was counting. I'm looking at Ruby, Kathy, and she just doesn't care. Okay. Okay, you ready? Now that should have pushed your hip, okay, to open. All right, other leg. Get up there on that chair, just like that. Make sure your toes are pretty forward. You can have a little turnout in it. But now what do you want to do to get that stance? You want to drop your shoulders and you want to push the hip toward the chair. See that? So you're almost like pushing your knee forward. Okay? So we did that with palms down. Now we're going to do with palms up, I think. Here we go. Okay? I know Kathy's counting. Don't lose your balance. And if you're next to a wall with this, that would be smart. Okay, so they're right out from the side. See, many of you might make a little mistake here. You might be doing this. See, I am not doing this. I'm doing this. See, you want to get that thing back there, loosen up your Soften up your knee that's holding you in this position. Drop your shoulders. Push that hip forward. Yeah, push it forward. Take a big breath. Great big breath. Through the nose. Drop your shoulders again. Okay, I think maybe we're close to tweening here. I don't know. I think. Okay. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Okay, let's do 5 more. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Push your hip forward. 4 and 5. Drop them down. Okay. Very counteractive move for sitting all day. Okay. All right. Since we got our chair here, we're going to go ahead and capitalize on that. So I'm doing a lot of body weight. I am doing heavier weight. I did load at the beginning of class to get that load down on my whole frame. Okay, so now I'm going to step wide. I'm going to change my weights. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go right here. Okay. And I want to keel it down to a light weight. So for arm weights, a light weight. And then I'm hoping that many of you have your leg weights right there in your room. Many of you got some leg weights for me. And, I don't know why we don't do them all the time or a lot. It's just, one more thing. But in the case of trying to get over extended periods of sitting, leg weights can be very instrumental. And so on this one, I'm working at this workout, I'm working at opening up your shoulders, but I'm trying to target the back muscles, the gluteal muscles, and the hamstring muscles. And so if you're going to target hamstring muscles and you don't have big old machines sitting around, a leg weight is a great way to do it. And you don't have to do them all. You don't have to do the whole range of stuff. I'm going to target on the antagonistic muscles, the part that you were sitting on all day long for this little class today. So here's my chair. I got my leg weights on. I want to see how they're rolling. See, I don't want to sling them. Then I want to put the toe back there. Okay, so some of you start to come up and you're at this level. Drop your shoulders, step back, bend the front knee, and then don't come straight up with a big old leg weight. That would not be a smart move. So you want to step back, and then you want to bring your heel to your hip, and then step back. See that? And you look what I'm doing with my front of my foot. See, my back knee is soft, pressing down on my chair, and I'm pushing the butt back so that I get a good stretch going. Then I rotate. My foot is back here already. Drop your shoulders, tighten the tummy, and then pull the heel to the hip. And I might do it a couple of times, but you keep your knee behind this one. Boom. Take a big breath. Just like that. Take a breath. And then come back down. Rotate. Pull that toe up. Really pull the toe up. As you're pushing your butt back, your elbows are pointing down. Let yourself really stretch. Now tap that toe a couple times. Okie dokie. Just tap the toe. Dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Then you come up and then you change. So I'm right here. Got those little leg weights on. drop my shoulders, step back. So you want to step back pretty far, okay? Drop your shoulders, okay? I'm ready to load. So I drop my shoulders and I brace at the same time. And then I go heel to hip. So don't make the mistake of trying to contract it and get it in really tight. That's not the point here. The point here is to get that gluteal and that hamstring, which is right here in the gluteal, to contract against a little bit of a weight, okay? So this is my knee replace side. This is my hip replace side. And I can tell the difference. So we're gonna do one more. Here we go, shift, pull. Okay, do it one more time, here we go. I know I said one more. I meant before you stretch the front. Okay, push your butt back, drop your shoulders, drop your elbows, pull that toe back, really pull that toe back. Take a big deep breath, push the hip back, rotate, and come up. Okay, one more set. We got our leg back there. Drop your shoulders. You're going to bring the heel and you exhale. Inhale, put it down as you inhale, okay? And then exhale, inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Take a big breath. Woo! And back down. And one more. Okay, now stay with me. Let's do a little repeat here. Just a little tap, a little tap, little tap. And you want to be careful not to pull it too tight, nor do it too quickly, because these hamstrings will rebel on you. Okay, before we come up with our back leg, we're going to pull the toe up, all the way up, push your butt back, come right into that, and then do a little toe tapping. See that? Breath, breath, big breath, and breath. And then you come back, and you're right here at your chair, and you're going to take your leg to the side, and then you're going to rotate, and you're going to rotate. So do you remember the move that we did just a little bit earlier, where I had you go in like this, and I had you go out like this? Okay, that's all part of hip, that ball and socket hip rotation. Now I have a weight, and I'm trying to counteract a lot of sitting from yesterday, okay? So drop your shoulders, soften your knee, take a breath, go out to the side, hold it there, then turn the toe up, and then turn it all the way down. So it's gonna go up and all the way down. See that? Then do the other side. Here we go. Soften the knees, drop your shoulders. Big breath. It goes to the side as far as it can go with your toe forward. Then you rotate up, and then you rotate all the way down. Try to feel that hip rotating against that little leg weight. All the way up, and then all the way down. And do it a couple of times, and you're going to find some little sticking points. So you might have to go lower. You might have to change the position a little bit, or you might have to do it with no weight. That's your call. Okay, big breath. Now we're going to stand right here. Still got our leg weights on, and we're just going to go like that. See, I don't dip way down. I want to get this gluteal, both of them, to get firing. So I'm going to stand up, hands down on the chair, soften up my knees, and I'm going to go out and then back. And here's the key to this move. Before you go swing your leg back, see, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to think you're going to swing it. No. You're going to tighten your butt. So pretend that somebody's coming at you with a big old shot. Ooh, tighten that hip and go like that and hesitate for 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Then you shift, drop your shoulders, take a breath. Squeeze your butt first. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and bring it down. So on this one, after you're recovering from sitting all day, and it could be you're sitting at a conference, it could, but or traveling. Traveling is the big one. Do you see what I'm doing with a straight leg, with a weighted leg? I'm not doing a great big arc, and I'm not bending forward because I want your back extensors to contract, and I want your gluteal to tighten, and I want to hold it right there with a straight leg. This one's soft, not locked. So you're just doing 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. That's all you're doing. Tight tummy, tight butt. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Take a big breath through your nose. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. And come back. So we're doing what's tantamount to walking backward like a stick man. That's what we're doing. Only I'm taking the ambulation out for a safety reason. Okay? So you tighten your butt first. You bring it up here. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Shift, soften, tighten the butt. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. And where you should be getting super tired and like you're feeling it is right here. Yes. Drop your shoulders. Take a big breath. Squeeze your butt before you move your leg. Squeeze it. Contract it. Now really tighten it. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. And tighten it. And 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Yes. Okay. Now we're ready to position our chair so we can sit just for a second. Yeah, now we're gonna do a little turning. So some of the things I did do driving, it's easier to do it on one hand than the other, of course, but you just put your hand out. I'll put this hand out. Pretend I'm on the other side. You can do this quite nicely if you're a passenger. So drop your shoulders and just put your hand out and like act like you're putting it on the opposite seat. Okay? Or grab hold of the seatbelt or whatever. Just open it and hang there for a bit. Okay? That's the idea, is opening this. And when you're traveling, depending on your circumstances, of course, you can do this. A lot of times you can reach behind a seat and just hang out there. Keep your shoulders down. I know it. Now bring that hand right behind your head. Take a big breath. Bring it back down. Okay, you ready? We can do the other side. So you're gonna reach behind your seat. That's what I did. I reached it behind my seat and stay forward. Okay, don't turn. Stay forward and really pull that shoulder back. Okay, drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Yeah, pull away from where you have your hand placed. That'll help give you a greater opening. Okay, now we're ready to do our transverse. I have a leg weight, so I gotta be conscious of that. So I'm gonna turn just like that, see? And I'm gonna turn and grab my chair right here. And I'm gonna really pull myself and look over the back of the opposite side of my chair, and my knee is driving down. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath. And then come back. You will feel so much better after doing some of these moves that I'm following through on. So careful, careful. Knee is driving down. Turn. Put your hands behind your on your backrest of your chair and really pull it in there. Keep that knee down and say rib cage up and really pull, really pull, really pull. and hang out there for a couple of seconds. How much ever that you need, it will be fine. Okay, weighted legs, yes. Hip replaced, yes. Knee replaced, yes. And many of you have double hips replaced. So we're gonna be right here. And again, keeping with the theme of putting a little challenge on my ankle and rotations. Okay, it'd be very difficult to do this seated and driving. Would not be safe. But right now, see, I'm at the end of my chair. I have a weight. I'm gonna rotate in. I'm gonna rotate all the way down. See that? I wanna get that hip rotating. Then I'm gonna come up. And then I'm gonna go out. And then I'm gonna go out. It won't go much. See, just rotate on the side of your ankle. See, just, you'll feel, as soon as you go into that outer rotation and you put your ankle down, you're gonna feel stretches through your foot and ankle just by doing that, especially if you have a weight there. See this? See this? I just let it go, roll to the outside of my ankle. See that? Yeah, and if you want to push it just a little bit, you can. But boy, I'm feeling big stretches on the top part of my foot on that side. And then I come back, and then I try it again. Okay? So if you use your feet and ankle a lot, hone in on this type of outward and inward moving. Okay? It's very beneficial. See that? That's much easier to do. See? Just rotate. And then this is not so easy because you're going, am I doing it? I'm like, yeah, you're doing it. If you just let this fall open and you rotate your foot and you got that weight pressing down. And so I'm trying to put my ankle on the outside down. You'll feel it. And it opens this just a little. And it doesn't bother my hip replacement at all, but it sure does stuff to my ankle and my foot here. Take a big deep breath. Yeah. Motion, mobility, that's what it does. Stuff. And then come back. Okay. Now, I'm going to go out, out, in, out. Then I'm going to go this way. And then I'm going to go this way. Now, here's the deal. These are different motions. I have a hip that's talking to me. When I go like this, see, with a weighted leg, and I go this, yeah, you're gonna feel some catching possibly if you have arthritis, you have some bone on bone, if you're, something's going on here, put your hands right back here and open, and then go like that. See that? Okay, then go like that with the weighted leg, just like that. Just like that. And see, my toe is in dorsiflexion. Very good for the tibialis anterior muscle right there. These are very little moves. They're strength training moves. They're also mobility moves, okay, that you don't see done often. I'm just always curious about how the human body works. It's just an amazing, amazing creation. Here we go. So before I lift my knee up, see, I don't want to jerk. So I want you to go back. I want you to set yourself, brace, bring it up. See this? Now we're doing a full body effort. It's just a press. It's not a jerk. It's not a swing. It's a press. And how many do you do? Well, I would say, how many can you do correctly? Okay, if you feel yourself caving, then you're ready to stop. Okay, so this is putting great pull on all your core, a lot of effort for stomach and core, hip flexors, yes, quads, yes. So I'm gonna go back first, put my hands here, bring it up, and just go out a little bit until I feel this talk right here. Take a breath. Make sure you take a breath. Take a breath. How many do you do? how many can you do without jerking? You're pressing and you're keeping your form in your back, etc. I got about one more. And this is where you break your effort in your workout into sets, okay? That's kind of trial and error. What's your first set? Okay, I can only do 3 or whatever it is that you can do. Then you take a rest, then you come back in and see if you can do 1 more. So whatever you did, we're gonna do the second set, okay? And you notice I'm not doing, a lot of, oh yeah, real hard effort. I'm moving and I'm loading and I'm trying to open and then tax the muscles that were sitting there for 8 to 10 hours the whole day. Whew, takes a toll on you. So you have to kind of do something to reverberate, to get back, to recover. That's what I'm trying to say. So open, second set, drop your shoulders, take a breath, lift, and then you just sneak that foot out there. So like you're pressing. Yeah. Take a big breath. So big breath. Big breath. Hang on to your chair if you need to. Don't cave on me. Stay with me. Okay, I can do maybe 3 more without jerking, without, losing my balance, losing my form. That was about it. Boy, was I feeling it right here. Okay. Now, before you go to the next one, to our second set for the next one, take a minute, put your hands right here, and just turn and look. Big breath. See that? Turn and look. And why do you want to do this? Because you are asking your back extensors, and they go all the way up, especially lower back, in this move, to contract pretty hard, okay? So take a recovery. So here we go. See, ribcage up, open back. You can hang on, or you can bring it up here. You're gonna bring the leg up, and then all you're gonna do is act like you're pressing with your foot. Down, pressing. Take a big deep breath. This is not done fast. You wanna keep good form. Just like that, press, just like that, press, big breath, here we go. Okay, I've got maybe 2 more right now. I'm feeling it, I don't wanna lose form, and then I come back, so you should be feeling it. Yes, then you come forward, and then you do the same kind of a thing, but now we get into the groin here. So we push against our leg with our elbow, our forearm actually, and we push really hard. So you feel the groin get a chance to really open right there. Take a big deep breath, come straight forward, then you push and you look. See how I'm looking? Keep your shoulders down, push really hard against that leg, push really hard, and then come back. Yay. So now I'm going to come right here. I'm going to step wide. Before I get up, I'm going to go ahead and release my weights on my legs. Okay. Okie dokie. And we come up. Okay. Now let's do 2 classic moves to kind of pull all this in. And one of them is it's a modified runners or walkers. I'll say walkers stretch. I forget. I have slugs on. I don't want to say run. Walker stretch. I'm joking. Okay, step back. See this? See this? This is one, along with the elbows together move, that if you would do this pretty regularly, it would really help you. So bend the knee, lift up the heel, and then push it down. Bend the knee, lift the heel, Push it down. Keep your chin tucked. Every time you do it, rotate your chin. Every time you do it, rotate your chin. Push your knee toward the chair. Hang out there for a few seconds. Then switch. So you're right here and you're gonna act like you're gonna bring your knee down and then you're gonna put your heel back down, okay? Drop your shoulders, turn your head, pull that knee in, push it back. Pull that knee in, turn your head, push it back. Do it a couple of times until you get the kinks knocked out of there. Take a big breath, turn that chin back, turn that chin and back, and press the front of the leg down, and there you go with that toe. Big breath. Then I'll just step back there and go up to my toes, drop right into here, and then I'm gonna come right down with my hips. Drop your shoulders, take a big deep breath, big deep breath. Then come back in and come back up. Big test here. Are you ready? Here's my thumbs down. Just put my little knuckles right there at my temples or right in front of my ears, okay? And you can step side to side, it's fine. Drop your shoulders, that's the first thing, drop your shoulders. Keep your thumbs down. Now slowly take breaths. Bring those arms in. Bring those arms in. Bring those arms in. Keep the knuckles right there, bring them in. Take a big deep breath. Drop your shoulders again. Big breath, drop your shoulders, touch, and then open. And I'm not kidding you, I couldn't do that when we first started today. I could not. I was about, I don't know, 2 inches apart. And then do this. Yeah. So, this is a definite recovery day for big time sitting. I haven't sat that long enough. One stretch in a long time. Woo! I hope it helps you guys. Okay, we'll see you.